as we go along in this new economy, we have a generation that is kind of controversial, and I think controversial for some good reasons and some bad reasons, but I'm a research stats guy, so I like to live in real black and white area, and that's the Millennial Generation. Yeah. And I think they have brought a new economy upon all dental practices, really no matter where you are. And they're a bit of a quirkier consumer and not used to someone like myself or yourself. Our buying patterns are different. And right now, you know, they're going to be 70 million strong. They're going to outpace every other generation.
And in their millennials are now in their professional careers, right?
Having children too.
Yeah, they're not just college students. They're not just, you know, they're making their own healthcare decisions. They're making their own insurance decisions. You know, they need dental treatment. They can no longer be avoided or ignored as far as a demographic of your practice.
And I think that a lot of the dental industry is sort of brushing them off to the side, thinking that, well, they're just teenagers or college kids, but we're not really there anymore. You know, they're going to start to have children, and then those children are going to start to need to have care and so on. So these are people that don't respond well to heavy, pushy marketing.
Absolutely.
They do not respond well to quirky offers. They are very loyal to a fault to brands in a way, you know, like your Amazons and things like that, and they don't want to do some of the old school stuff, like they don't want to talk on the phone, and they don't want to do these different things. They want to book appointments online. So let's talk a little bit about how we can attract more of those patients, because, you know, really when we look at your online brand, I call it your Google house, that has to be pristine, because if they see a chink in the armor,
they'll sniff it out.
They're gone, right?
Yeah.
Because they will be loyal, but you really have to have that perception as reality, where you might be a really good dentist with a lot of, you know, credentials behind your name, which to them means zilch.
Nothing. Right.
They want to know, do you have video reviews? Do you have your name in press releases? Do you have enough of them? Let's talk a little bit about sort of the intangibles of how we start to move our criteria to shift to that population that is going to be majority of the economy very, very soon.
Right.
And I know you probably see a lot of them being in San Antonio.
I do. Yeah, they're definitely the crowdsourced generation, right? They look to the crowd's opinion for a lot of things, right? Whether it's the music they buy, whether it's the movies they consume, like with Rotten Tomatoes, you know, now becoming such a huge part of the movie industry.
Right.
You know, they are very eager to know what the sort of crowd thinks about something. So their first place that they look are review sites, right? And whether that be Google or Yelp, that's where they're living. Beyond that, then once they sort of figure out, hey, this person is trustworthy, this person is honest, this person does good work, this is potentially a home for me for my dental care, medical care, whatever professional services you're talking about. Then they start to dig a little bit more. It's more than that. Then they kind of want to see, they want some of that personal interaction. This is a generation of people who are used to being able to pick up their phone and tweet whatever celebrity in the world that they want to get their message to, and be able to get that in front of that celebrity's eyes, right? So interaction is really important with them. And so you having your social profile set up to where you can, to where you are sharing information, and not just dental information.
And have them have all the images and information filled out. You know, don't have it empty. Right. Have it branded properly.
Have a great brand going. Sharing personal information about the doctor and the team. Those are all things that are very important to a millennial. They want to feel a connection and have an interaction with somebody who's going to be providing them with services. As a Gen Xer, the idea of like sending a tweet to my personal physician blows my mind. It's just something I don't identify with at all. But it happens all the time that I will be reached out to over social media via a millennial who has a question about prospective treatment. Sometimes it's pictures of their teeth and their smile, and they want an opinion on how to do this and that. And that's something that would never cross my mind to do, but it's their first or second or third impulse, right?
Sure.
So just having your profiles, using them not just to sell, but using them to to let the world know what you're about. Why are you here? Why are you doing what you're doing? Who is your team? Those sorts of things, I think, go a long way to making those connections with millennials. While millennials are very quick sometimes to seek a deal, sort of the Amazon priming of dentistry, once they make that connection's pretty solid. And they're likely to stick with you throughout, provided there's a connection there. So use all these methods, all these avenues, make those connections. Let the world know who you are. Let the world know why you do what you do. The greatest asset you have as a dentist is the people that make up your team and yourself.